What's going on, everybody? Hope y'all had a fantastic week. This is the Juicebox Heroes podcast, and I'm one of your hosts, PK. We got the Dubon Fan Club president, Chris Moreno. Sweet B Bones Brawls is in the house, fellas. How was y'all's week?
Well, man, it's been long. It's been a long week, man. And the weekend's going to get really busy. But hey, we kick off our first fall ball doubleheader for the League City Marlins, and so I'm pretty excited about that. But man, outside of that, man, it was pretty depressing with the way the Astros kind of wrapped up this series. So we'll get into that, I'm sure. Browse, how was your week going so far?
Much better now. My week did not start off well. Thank you guys again for holding it down on Sunday. So for all of you out there listening that didn't get to see me on Sunday, yes, I was under the weather and I got my prescribed number of hours of sleep, which was almost the entire day on Monday. And since then I've recovered. But yeah, Chris, I think you nailed it. I did get to watch a lot of baseball highlights, and I got to watch a lot of Astros baseball while I was on the mend, and now back in full force. So it was strikes and gutters, and a lot of ugly stuff to talk about, to be honest with you. But we got some highlights in there and some good stuff. So PK, how's your week been, buddy?
Oh man, not too bad. Same shit, different day. Let's just jump right into this. Crap. I'm gonna tell you what, dude. Monday, Tuesday. Sorry, dude. I can't remember the last time I can't remember the last time I was so pissed as much as I was on Tuesday night when the game, with the Astros choking away the game. I mean, I text Chris. I'm gonna do hot, stupid hot. I mean, look, I get upset during the game for whatever reason, not swinging the bat or, whatever it is, right? Pitching, you're throwing a sweeper across the middle of the plate. But this was like a legit, like anger, frustrating, pissed off, like emotion on Tuesday night. And I can't remember the last time it's been like that. But I'm starting to get to the point where like I don't really know if we're cut out to make this, these last 18 games, be what we need it to be to have confidence as in the team and as a fan base going into October. So let's get into Tuesday's game. Chris, start us off with.
Man. So Tuesday's game, I mean, it started off really well. I think you had the Correa 2-run bomb. You went up 2-0, and then was that the game that you went up 3-0?
Yep.
Yeah, so you went up 3-0.
Yeah,
and then you had the whole debacle with Luis Garcia. He comes out, he throws a 88-mile-an-hour fastball, immediately turns to the dugout, waves everybody in, and that's never a good sign. It's never a good sign. So then, the hero of the bullpen comes out. AJ Blue Ball holds it down for another 3+ innings. And I mean, again, like I know we've talked about off and on about maybe bumping him up into the rotation. The way I kind of see AJ Blue Ball right now is that if it's not broke, don't fix it. Like if he's clearly excelling as the long reliever. Leave him in that role. I mean, if you got to bump somebody to be in a rotation, I guess you can bump McCullers, whatever. But then the bullpen came. You had De Los Santos give up a home run to George Springer, which I mean, like I wasn't too frustrated. I mean, the guy's been money.
It was a bomb.
Yeah, I mean, like so you're gonna have a hiccup. I mean, you're not gonna be perfect, and then Abreu comes in and gets a blown save. And like my thing with Abreu before I get into the extra innings debacle is that, man, like he's got electric stuff. But you know what? Some people are just cut different where mentally they are closers. And Brian Abreu, for all the talent that he has, fantastic setup, man. I don't think he has it upstairs to be a closer. And that's not me like shitting on him or anything like that. I mean, like some people are cut out for it. Some people aren't. I just don't think that Abreu is a closer. But again, he's your best guy out of the bullpen you have right now. So unless you plan on throwing Okert to save games or Caleb Ort to go save games, I mean, you could probably throw Brian King. He's probably your next best option, but Abreu's your best option. So then we get into extra innings, and like I mean, we talked about this, on what was it, Sunday night? Was it we talked about it when I went on my little rant. Um, so this is now 4 innings in a row. 4 innings in a row as far as extra innings, where you start with a guy on second base. And listen, man, like I thought all like really today and yesterday what I was going to say today about Altuve's base running, but I'm sorry, like you are the leader of this team, right? You are. You're the longest tenured Astro. You're the leader. You're the leader. You have to set the standard of how to conduct yourself on the baseball diamond. You trot into third base because you assume that Vlad Jr. is going to pick it up and then step on first base. That Altuve trotted the third base as if there was a runner at first and the batter just got ball four. And I'm sorry. I mean, all of the credit on that play goes to Vlad Jr. because he peeked up at the last second, saw that Altuve was skipping, like he's going to, elementary school, and completely hosed him. Altuve was tagged out right where the dirt meets the grass. Like there was not even a slide, there was nothing. And as much as Altuve, for some people, is the GOAT, as far as, I mean, he is the GOAT. Some of us old guys will hold on to Biggio and Bagwell, especially Biggio. But if you look at everything Altuve's done, Altuve's the GOAT. But holy crap, these last 2 seasons have been the absolute most abysmal base running I've ever seen from Altuve. And I don't know if it's just you could line it up with who took over at manager. And I mean, but like if I'm Joe Espada, the second he hits that dugout, I'm ripping his ass for that terrible base running effort.
Yep.
And then again, it's just like I don't get. I mean, I understand he's Altuve, but sometimes you have to set a standard. With listen, this is how we're going to play baseball. We're not going to skip to the Lou, my darling, to third base to get hosed out. That's your run that could potentially win that game. And he just got hosed out at third base. Not even a close play, not even a slide. It wasn't a bang bang. It was, I mean, it was a great play for Vlad Jr. And so you end up losing that game, another game that you could have won. And it's just like, I don't blame the bullpen because you ended up being 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position. You score, if that 2 for 10 is 3 for 10, you're looking at maybe you win that game 4-3. And the extra innings never happens. Altuve never skips the third base. And we're not even talking about this. But again, you scored 6 runs in 3 games. This is beating the dead horse. This offense is terrible with runners in scoring position. It's great that they get up 2-0, but then they score 1 run. They get up 2 runs in the first inning. They score 1 run for the rest of the 8 innings. So now your bullpen and your starting pitching yet again has to be perfect. And that puts a lot of pressure on these pitchers. And some of these guys, I mean, they're major league players for a reason, but most of these guys cannot afford to be perfect every single outing. And we see that time and time again. And I'm going to pass it over to Browse before I end up talking for this entire episode. So, Browse, tag you're in.
All right. First of all, I do want to give a shout out to your blue ball call there. The one thing that I noticed from him that I thought was very professional that he should have done was in that injury, he came in and he didn't try to rush it. He didn't throw 6, 7 pitches and then all of a sudden he's like, okay, I'm ready. Like he went through his entire warm-up session to make sure that he was on point for this team and coming in a position the way he should have. And he proved it. And he went in there and just absolutely was lights out. So, yeah, he definitely gets the flowers for the game. And then, that's one of the days I still wasn't feeling great. And I went to bed when it was 3-0 still. And I want to say that was the 8th inning. So if it was that late in the game and we're up 3-0, listen, I know this bullpen is gassed, but man, you've got to be able to do something a little bit better than that. And then I know that you just went on your rant about Altuve. I totally agree with you. If I was Espada, I would have not just okay, listen, it's Altuve. I get it, but everybody on this team's got to understand they're all equal. I would have put him on the bench at least for the next 2 games and said, okay, well, you can start when we get back home. And that's about it. I would have kind of left it at that. Or actually, I guess we're going to Atlanta, so never mind. When do we go to our next city? So anyway, long story short, he had no business just kind of, like you said, trotting that one out in extra innings. And I've been preaching this entire season that when we are on the road and going to an extra inning game, because I believe we've done this like half dozen times now, you have to score that runner from second at all costs. I don't care if it's a bunt. I don't care if it's a fly out. I don't care what you do to play small ball. You get that runner from second in and put the pressure on the home team to actually go in there and score. You have to do it every inning or you lose the game. And that is exactly what happened. So this game was Carlos Correa hitting the 2-run bomb at the beginning of the game. We ended up going up 3-0. We blew the game. And then PK, I know you were super hot about this too. So go ahead and finish it off, man.
Yeah, you had a game from Jordan that went 3 for 5 in that
He didn't
game
score any runs
and did not score 1 run. And he had one of those was a double. Now I think he went oppo all 3 at bats, right? The whole thing. You talked
Oppo
about
still
it.
counts, man.
You talked about it, Riles. Correa hits the bomb. You're up, and that's it. There's a lot of zeros in the H column in this box score, other than Correa, Alvarez. Yiner had 3 hits, right? But it's like you're getting 3 hits with nobody on base or maybe a guy on first. Either way, you're not plating anybody. I think, and I honestly think what probably set me off the most was that it was just another fucking game where you don't score any runs, you leave all these runners on, you blow it in the extra innings. We're in a tight race. Like the Mariners are deciding to play ball now, right? And Texas is also deciding to play ball, and you're letting these guys in. You're letting these guys have a freaking chance, right? And you've got elementary four-year-old base running. I agree, Chris. Like you, and I get it. More than likely, more often than not, at least, what Altuve did isn't a big deal, right? Because Vlad is going to take the out, right, to let the runner advance. I mean, that's pretty fair to say. But in extra innings, when how big that run is, put your head down, run your ass over there, right? And he tried to slide it in. It was more like like a jump, slide, fall thing. But I agree. I think here's what we say about Espada. He should have done this to Altuve. He should have, maybe chewed his ass out and done that. When this season have you seen Espada with a pair?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like, and this goes back to what I talked about on Sunday. I mean, like, unfortunately, and I'm not rooting for this to happen, but I feel like it almost needs to happen for it to incorporate the change that needs to happen. I mean, obviously, we have 3 big areas of deficiency on this roster, and that's hitting. So I think that entire regime needs to go, and I don't care. Say whatever you want to say, bandwagon fan, whatever. I don't care. The hitting regime needs to change. I don't want to hear no shit about like, you have to let them gel. It's like we've got 2 years with the data on this offense, how terrible it's been, right? And I think the medical staff completely needs to be cleaned out.
1,000%.
I don't know where they got their doctorate from. Now, granted, I'm not a doctor, but I'm not in charge of, I mean, hell, I don't even run my pitchers for my team.
Where's the dude with the big fluffy mustache? Did he retire?
Which one?
Oh, yeah, he retired like 3-4 seasons ago.
Oh. Yeah, and I think the icing on the cake, I think Espada's got to go too, man. I think this team, way too often, whether you like this opinion or not, doesn't bother me at all. Way too many times have these guys not shown any heart at all. I mean, like or hustle, and like I said, I'm starting to draw more characteristics to. This is really starting to fall off. And again, I don't mean fall off the wheels like this team's 20 games under 500, but the expectation that we have given to us by our owner, who says as long as he owns his team, we will always be a contending team. So we have certain expectations. I mean, the majority of this stuff is starting to happen in these last 2 seasons. And there's no one else to point to but the skipper of the squad. And that's Espada. You know, I mean, like, I don't even think he's been tossed at all this season.
I don't think he's yelled at all this season.
Well, I will say at a minimum, we expect from the Astros what we would expect from our Little League team, which is you get out there. I don't expect you to be perfect every time, but get out there, you hustle as hard as you can, and you give it your absolute best effort. And it doesn't look like they're doing either one of those right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, but like, okay. So let me be devil's advocate for a minute, right? So these are grown ass men. Do you like Correa doesn't run down the line? Alvarez doesn't run down the line. And I'm picking them out only because they're really the only 2 guys that can hit the ball consistency.
Well, I mean, like,
you know what I'm saying? So what I'm getting at is, yes, we all grew up watching Biggio, you know, run full speed home to first, no matter what. That's
almost every game,
right?
Every game.
And so that's just not how the athlete is. It doesn't look like it. They don't not always. I mean, how many times this season, if you watch MLB TV or Sports Center or whatever, however you watch your highlights, have you seen where a coach or a manager has pulled player X out of the lineup? It doesn't matter if it's for Houston, Yankees, White Sox. It doesn't matter. If they're not hustling, they're getting their ass yanked, right? You have to at least show the effort.
It just happened with Kyle Tucker. It just happened with Tucker. Like
he's got a left calf strain. He's out for like 6 months.
No, before that, there was some grounder.
Oh, he didn't run it out,
and he got yanked, and they pulled him from the game. Yeah, I mean, so like I'm not saying yank.
I'm not saying to yank all these guys out of the damn lineup.
But
they
what
did
I'm
give
saying is
Altuve off on Wednesday though.
But what I'm saying is you should have, though, because you are the win and run at second base. And right now, this team is scraping to score any bit of runs. This offense is damn near on life support. So that run is not just a run. Like, that run is a massively important run. Because look what happens. Toronto comes right back up, walks it off. Boom, game over.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're hustling, you know, and I'm not saying that, you know, you're going to hold these guys to a standard as you would Little League. As far as if I don't, you know, if I suspect that you're only hustling 94.6% and not 100, I'm going to yank you out. But what I'm saying is, like, you compare any other time, like if Jake Myers was on second, would Jake Myers be trotting to third base? I don't think he would be. I mean, so, and again, I mean, so like and plus you're the leader of the team. You're supposed to lead by example. So for you going over there trotting off to go do that, and I'm not saying like Cam Smith would do it, but then if Cam Smith does it, do you get on the Cam Smith? I mean, because then you start the whole like, well, if I'm Cam Smith, I'm like, well, you didn't get on Altuve for it. I get it. He's Altuve, but he's supposed to be the captain. I mean, so, and Altuve should know how important that run is. You know, I mean, so, and again, I'm not trying to poop on Altuve. I mean, but that right there essentially lost us the game. Because once you saw him get hosed at third, that game was over. You're just sitting here waiting. The only thing I didn't want to see was Toronto play small ball and score the run, which they tried to. They tried to bunt twice to get the runner over. So it's just like, I mean, I get it. We're not going to treat them like little leaguers, but still, man, like you're the leader of the team, man. Like, that's the last person I would expect to see, you know, just trot the third base as the win and as the run to put you ahead. Yeah, as a go-ahead run. That's kind of where I'm at. And it completely frustrated the crap out of me.
Oh,
just mainly because
I was so hot.
Like,
my God.
If it was Dubon, I'd be upset, but I wouldn't be as upset. I mean, but it's like, you're Altuve. I mean, you're supposed to be this generation's Biggio. And it's just like, you know, it was just it was frustrating to watch.
So look, like, that was Monday's game. That was Tuesday's game.
Yeah.
We're 20 minutes in, and that was one game.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, but it's the same thing for last night's game. I mean, you still went 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position. You won the game off of solo home runs, which, I mean, Correa got his 200th career home run. Awesome. Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oker gave it away. And then you get the solo bomb from Yainer Diaz. I mean, there's nothing to talk about today's game. because they didn't even show up
And
today.
you have Costanza going 7 innings.
There you
no
go.
Run,
Costanza
no
goes
run
7
ball.
innings. I mean, if you're asking me right now, you're if this team can pull their heads out of their butts and offensively start putting it
Just
together.
say it. Just say it.
Costanza is my number 2 after Hunter Brown.
Yep.
And then
agree 100%.
And then Framber's my number 3.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. Do I want Framber pitching a game 2 with the season on the line? No.
Absolutely.
I don't want him pitching game 3 though either.
Yeah, I mean, you better hope
right
that
now.
We scrape enough runs game 1 and game 2.
Can we just have blue ball? Like, can we have like Oakert start, be the opener, and then blue ball go like 6 or 5?
I mean, you could. I mean, but what I'm saying is, I think
Costanza
has surpassed Framber as number 2 in the playoffs.
You want to talk about Framber melting down? Game 3 season on the line. You go with an opener. You go with the opener. How awesome would that be?
I mean, he kind of did that last. He kind of did that last year, game 2. He gave up 4 or 5 runs in the first 3 innings.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, I mean, since the All-Star break, I saw this stat over the week. He's like 1-6 with a 6.75 ERA or something crazy like that.
He's
like
complete
he's been atrocious. Now, I mean, not just like struggling, like he doesn't know how to pitch anymore, and he's taking it out on everybody else and not pointing the finger at himself, which I don't understand.
He's had one good start. He's had one good start, and that was against Colorado.
I said 1-6, so there you go.
I don't even think he got the win in that one. I don't
okay, so his last outing, right? When was that? When did he pitch last?
It's against the Rangers, I think. I think he went 7, gave up like 4 or 5.
Right,
he
but then there was something about maybe he made a comment, or I don't remember, but it was something along the lines of he just didn't let the things bother him like it did in the previous outings. So now there's this non-caring, I mean, look, we can sit here and we're gonna praise him when he's good. We're gonna bitch at him like we're doing now. That I think the biggest thing for me was the shit that happened with Salazar. I mean, we all saw it, we all know it, we talked about it.
Yeah.
Framber's just kind of a punk in my book, really. I will never buy that he was crossed up with PitchCom. I'll never do it. So
no.
But anyways, I don't want to talk about Framber. Let's talk about.
Well, let's talk about this team. There was a stat that I saw that the Astros are 23-28 since July 4th, since that series against the Dodgers.
Oh, the Dodgers.
And I think that was going into the Toronto series. Now they're 6 games under 500. And again, going back to the rant I had on Sunday, I mean, that should tell you, I mean, what this team has been. This team has been a sub 500 team now for over 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I get it, man. I get it. There's a crap ton of injuries, but you know what? Texas is doing offense. And they're, I mean, that's what I was saying. The offense is now 100% healthy. 100% healthy. You got Jake Myers back, but Texas is doing it without their 3 best players offensively, and they're winning. Now, granted, maybe we used our spark earlier in June and wrapped up through the Dodger series, but they're doing it. I mean, I don't know, man. All right, let's continue. Let's continue because I can.
PK, get us back on track.
All right, so today is a complete game shutout. You let Kevin Gausman go 9 innings, 2 hits, 9 Ks today. That's what you did. That's what you let happen today. So I'm glad that I was playing golf and not sitting down watching this game. So there is the sum up of today's game. Javier, 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned, 6 Ks, gave up a bomb. McCullers, 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs. One of those earned.
Okay.
So there it is, man.
He's got a good streak going.
The guys that got hits today, Correa and Pena. So Altuve was 1 for 9 in this series because Wednesday he had a pinch hit. He went 0 for 1. So he went 1 for 5.
I sat him yesterday.
Yep, he went 1 for 5 on Tuesday, pinch hit Wednesday, and then 0 for 3 today.
Dude, he's looked abysmal at the plate these last 2 series. Like he has not looked good. And I don't know if he's pressing or if
I think Father Time is catching up, man. Father Time.
I mean, I
Undefeated.
get it. I'm willing to give him the benefit of a doubt that he's super duper pressing because this offense is hammered shit right now.
But dude, he swings at complete ass.
I understand, but he's always swung at that stuff. The problem was
and
back
when
in
he
the
was
day,
younger,
he used to get to it.
Hello,
he used to get to it.
Father Time, telling you.
Well, that's where your hitting coach, if your hitting coach is worth a damn, comes in and says, "Hey, bro, you're not 24 anymore. You're not 25. You can't get to those pitches. Lay off of them."
And it's a foot and a half outside the box in the dirt. Stop swinging at it.
Yeah, it's the non-close, like it's the non-competitive pitches that piss me off the most. Like swing at a competitive pitch. If you miss it, okay, cool. Like it's a competitive one, but you swing at non-competitive pitches, and then you're just pissing away at bats. And then sometimes you're hitting high enough in the lineup. Today he hit cleanup, so you're in the lineup at a certain spot that comes up at a crucial time.
And I'm sorry, you've got to make that adjustment. Altuve should not be hitting cleanup.
Okay, so who's
go ahead?
I'm
sorry.
That's exactly what I was about to say, because one of my biggest pet peeves that I've seen over the last 2 weeks with Espada is that his lineup is all over the map. And don't get me wrong, I understand we've had guys coming in and out and people getting hurt and stuff like that. But to the point that we've brought up already is the fact that this offense is back at 100%. Now, if you sat Altuve yesterday for punishment of, lollygagging, I'm not going to believe it. What I am going to believe is that you have these scheduled days off. You have these weird lineups that you're trying to throw out there. You've got guys hitting all over up and down the lineup. Like you may be leading off. You may be hitting sixth. You have no idea. And you have to, at this point in the season, we're right now at September 11th. We've got 3 weeks of baseball left before we get into the playoffs. Assuming we can make it to the playoffs, this is when you start getting your guys ramped up. No more of this like, oh, well, this guy needs a day off, or, Jordan needs a day off. Well, guess what? He took a whole lot of days off when he was injured. And I don't want to hear it anymore. You go with what your playoff roster is going to be. You go with what your playoff lineup and your batting lineup looks like, and you stick with it and let these guys go out there and do what they're supposed to do. Because right now, our biggest weakness has got to be the bullpen. They look gassed. They're giving up runs, and we've got to start getting some consistency from the offense, or we're done for. And that's all there is to it.
So in all 3 games this series, it was Pena, Alvarez, Correa. All 3 games. 1, 2, 3. Right? You had Altuve. Altuve was cleanup on Tuesday. He didn't play on Wednesday, so Walker was cleanup. And then he was back to cleanup.
Another one that shouldn't be hitting cleanup.
Look, I mean, they had Trammell and Dubon, so really you could move Yiner up to the 4-hole, leave Sanchez at 5, and then Altuve, Walker somewhere in there. Like
I say, Altuve, Walker's your 5 and 6.
Dude,
or 6
Walker
and 7.
gets hits when it doesn't fucking matter. When it doesn't matter,
and then when it
two
does
outs,
matter,
nobody on.
He strikes out.
Double up the line.
Strikes out.
yeah.
I totally forgot about Walker, because he was the one that really pissed me off until Altuve's running thing. Because I'm like, I was sitting here, and I think I almost texted you, PK. I was like, man, you want to talk about who's been a bust this first year? Christian Walker. Because it's like every time this man comes up. Now, if it's 19-0, nobody, or 2 outs, nobody's on, okay. And he has been clutch every now and then. I mean, but like not on a consistent basis. That's when he's going to get his double to give him 1 for 4, right. And it's just like, man, it's just like, I feel like we don't shit on him enough, because his comparison was Jose Abreu. So it's like, yeah, well, at least he's hitting 240. We'll give him that. But like, man, every time this guy comes up, it seems like every time I'm watching, so maybe I should just stop watching. Every time I'm watching Walker come up in an important at-bat with the runners on scoring position, he strikes out or he pops up.
Yeah, I will disagree with you a little bit on that one.
It's usually a high fastball out of the zone. He swings and misses. Now, again, this is when I watch. So I'm not saying every time. I'm just saying every time I watch, maybe I'm the bad luck charm.
No, I don't think you're the bad luck charm. I think the problem is Christian Walker's a super streaky hitter, and he's all been. Even like when I watched him in Arizona, that's what he is. That dude's either on fire or he is cold as ice. He's a streaky hitter. Now, I would say he's been a little bit better as far as mitigating the streaks this year, but he's been better than what we give him credit for. I think that we're all just burnt from what we've seen at first base for the last 3 seasons in a row. So, I mean, that's where I am.
That's a fair point. That's a very
good point. And with that point, Bryles, tell me who's pitching this weekend against the Atlanta Braves.
All right. Before we go into that, let's look at our updated standings. PK, you lost. I won, and I guess apparently Bryles said he texted us with he also went with 1 and 2. So I just want to let you know, us that are 13 games under 500, we're closing the gap.
I said I did.
We're closing the gap. So I guess I'll update it to put Bryles at 14 and 26. All right, so you've only got like a 5.5 game lead now. So get ready because we're coming. All right, Bryles, take us into the series.
All right, rolling into Hot Atlanta. Our favorite pitcher Friday night, TBD, which, Chris, you have any inclination on who that might be?
Let's see. No.
Who hasn't pitched lately? How about
that? No, it would have been Garcia, but Garcia's hurt because he pitched Friday or he pitched Tuesday. So maybe they call up Colton Gordon again. I don't think they'd give it to Blue Ball. I'd be kind of shocked if they gave it to Blue Ball. I'm going to say they call up Colton Gordon from AAA for a spot start. That's what I'm putting my money on.
It's TBD. I don't know. It may even be, heck, it might be Lance McCullers. Who knows? Anyway. All right. So TBD on Friday, up against Hunter Waldrop, who, by the way, if you don't know who this guy is, he's 4-0 with a 1.33 ERA. He's big money. I've had him on my fantasy team and been riding him for about the last month. Saturday, we've got the workhorse Brown, 11-7 with a 2.25 ERA against Elder, who's 7-9 with a 5.35 ERA. He finally isn't going up against the ace of the staff. And then Sunday, our favorite topic, Framber Valdez, 12-9 with a 3.42 ERA against Wentz, 5-6 with a 5.61 ERA. Gentlemen, what do you got for the series in Hot Atlanta?
All right. Well, right off the bat, I don't like the Waltrip matchup, so they're going to take the L tomorrow. I don't like that at all. Dude, Waltrip's been money late. He's a damn good young pitcher, up and coming. I think this is his. I don't think he pitched last year, so I think this is him coming up. He could be due.
This is rookie season.
I don't like this matchup because I don't know who they're going to throw. They're not going to throw McCullers because McCullers pitched today. So I think it's going to be either Colton Gordon or they can't afford to do a bullpen game. So whoever it is, yeah, I'm going to.
Good luck to you.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to get excited. I would love to get excited about this series, but we know how the Astros do. They play down to the competition. The Braves are playing for next year. I'm going to go 1-2 Atlanta. I mean, until this offense is more consistent, I don't want to be Poopy Pants McGee, but give me the Poopy Pants because I'll be that guy. 1-2 Atlanta. Browns, what do you got?
I agree with you. I think we're going to lose the game tomorrow. Waldrop's has just been too good, man. And I don't care who you threw out there. I'm glad Brown's not going against him. Thank God that Hunter actually gets to go against somebody that's got a 5 1/3 ERA. So anyway, yeah, I mean, we're coming off a really disappointing series, which we've all talked about. We should have won that, just given the game on Tuesday. I think Hunter wins on Saturday, and then we got the rubber match on Sunday. So Framber, who's been awful, let's put it that way. There's no other way to explain it. Awful, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I think he turns it around. I'm going 2-1.
All right, PK.
I'm going 1. I'm going 1.
Going to go for the Astros sweep.
No,
Astros
hell
for
no.
PK?
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. No way. Yeah, look, the Waldrop, not as familiar with him as you guys are, because I have been eliminated in my fantasy football in our league, so I don't set my lineups at all anymore. I am that guy.
That's not very good.
I am focused on fantasy football. However, yeah, the Waldrop matchup with TBD, Colton Gordon, it doesn't matter. I think I'm going with y'all's suggestion on that opinion, so I'll take the L on Friday. Hunter Brown, that's the only pitcher I can trust right now besides Costanza, and Costanza's not pitching. So Fromber, I would like to see a bounce back game. It'd be really cool if he could bounce back and, be earlier in the season, Fromber. We'll have to wait and see, but it really doesn't matter what the pitchers do if the offense can't do anything. It really doesn't matter, right? We've seen it all season. We've seen it for the last 2 months. If you want to go, I wish I would have done the numbers for runners in scoring position. It really doesn't matter what the pitchers do if the offense can't hit. If you can't straight, put a crooked number up. So I'm taking 1-2 also. Until they prove me wrong. I've been going 2-1. We talked about it on Sunday.
I think you should go 2-1.
No, because even with the shit offense that we've had, I still kept going 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, right? Because when you look at the Astros against the teams that they're playing, on paper, like all the people say, they should be winning these series. They should be winning the series.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like they should be going into Atlanta and sweeping these guys, or 2-1, whatever, right? They should be winning the series.
No, Atlanta's throwing out a bunch of dudes right now that they're looking at for next year, just like Chris was saying. I mean, they're going to have a bunch of dudes that with like numbers 87 and 89 and 94 on their back.
Yeah, so I can't get on board with it. I'm going 1-2. Fromber, show me something, be really cool. And that's where we're at. And so we'll see what the Mariners are at Anaheim for 4, I'm guessing, for 4 games. Since they're playing tonight. So
are they playing Monday?
Well, today's Thursday, so
yeah, I think they're playing Thursday through Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're an Angel fan this weekend, or we're Angel fans this weekend. That's where we're at. So
I'm not rooting for nobody.
I'm not rooting for them. I just want them to win. But anyways,
I'm rooting for Joe Adele. That's about it.
Taylor Ward's pretty cool. I mean, he mashes. Anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this week. We're gonna be back on Sunday, normal time. Everybody gonna be here on Sunday. No one's getting sick.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, we'll try. We got a game at I think 5:30.
All right, well maybe we just go on later.
Like
but anyways,
30.
Thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button to the podcast. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. I'm PK. That's Chris. That's Browse. And this is the Juicebox Heroes.
Hook 'em,
baby. Who they got this week?
Boy.
UTEP this weekend, I think.
Yeah, UTEP.